Hi, my name is Elise Hazzard, and I'm making this video to share my USANA story. My story starts about 3 years ago at a nurse practitioner conference. My colleague and I had just finished hearing a lecture on a respiratory illness. At the break, she turned to me and said, "Yeah, I've had asthma, and it's really hard having a chronic disease. All those inhalers and the steroids and things that I know aren't good for me, but I have to use to keep my symptoms under control. It's really tough. But I don't really need them anymore," she said. I thought, wow, that's great. They must have really worked. She said, "Now that I'm taking USANA, I don't need almost any inhalers, and certainly no steroids." I thought, USANA, is there a new treatment option I don't know about? Well, she went on to tell me it's really not a treatment option. This is a nutritional supplement, and a full line of nutritional supplements, and the excellent quality and completeness of the product that helps maintain cellular health. She went on to tell me about the founder, Dr. Wentz, and his vision for a world free of chronic degenerative diseases, his history as being a world-renowned microbiologist and immunologist, about the factory where they make these products to such a high-quality standard that they're actually even in the PDR. Wow, I thought, this is great. If they can do that much for her, and she's had illness, I probably really do need them just to maintain good quality health. I really hadn't been doing too much else to maintain good quality health. I had a fairly poor diet, not too varied anyway, and unfortunately, I spent a lot of time in the sun. It's a bad oxidative stress. I did eat some red meats and processed foods, and, well, quite frankly, wasn't really crazy about fruits and vegetables. So I knew I had to do something. We treat many young people, I think young, 40s to 50s, with chronic illnesses, early cancers. I didn't want to be part of that crowd, and I knew I needed to do something. This sounded right for me too. So, not long after Andrea introduced me to the USANA products, she talked to me about the business opportunity. USANA was not retailed in stores. If I wanted it, I need to either buy it through my own store or through hers, because the products were distributed through what they call network marketing. And I decided, well, I've always been a healthcare advocate. I want the best for my patients, my family, my friends. If this is how they distributed the best, I wanted to be a part of that too. So my first supply box came, and I got all kind of goodies. I was busy reading the product guide and the business materials. Well, for some reason, I just had a small aversion to swallowing pills. Just didn't seem natural to me because I had never done it before. Not practiced, I guess. So it took me a little while to think about getting in the groove of taking these supplements twice a day. Now, Dr. Wentz had formulated them to give our body everything that we need in the right amount, at the right time, in the right formula. I just couldn't seem to get in the groove of swallowing the pills. So about 3 months after my order arrived, I started feeling hip pain. I had figure skated in my youth, fell a lot, and now I think I started suffering the illness of all those falls. Well, I couldn't sleep. It ached deeply. I couldn't stand. It was miserable. What to do? I didn't have anything but over-the-counters. I started with acetaminophen. I took a lot of acetaminophen. As a matter of fact, I thought I'd probably killed my liver that night. Next night, I still couldn't sleep. It hurt. I was in tears. I was frustrated. I didn't know what else to do. I tried the naproxen. Well, I started killing my kidneys that night, so I was so disappointed when I wasn't still feeling any improvement. I thought, what am I going to do? Now I was really defeated and frustrated, and what could I do to not end up like those people who are addicted to pain medicine or depressed and chronically ill? I didn't want to be part of that group. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, I lay there in pain thinking, what else? What else? I remembered my box of USANA. I went and started taking my health pack immediately, in the middle of the night. And then, the next morning, I took the second health pack. And by later that afternoon, I really noticed a difference. I could move. And not only move, but move comfortably. It was fantastic. Is this what Andrea was talking about? Reduction in symptoms, feeling great? Wow. Who would have thought? I went to the product guide, started thinking about, was it the antioxidant booster? Was it the chelated minerals? Again, Dr. Wentz formulated these to make sure that our cells got everything they needed. to function synergistically well together, all the processes. Well, I guess it was just a product of that. I was so happy. No side effects. Wasn't ruining any of my organs. This is great. Not only was I feeling hopeful, I was feeling better, and I knew I could take these twice a day. This was not going to be a problem. So, feeling as confident and safe about my health as I did, we quit our jobs, got our own life insurance and health insurance policies, and went off to the high seas. We went on our boat, sailed to the Bahamas, where they have a really poor quality of life. I mean, they're so short of everything. Power, water, good food, education. It's really kind of depressing, but the water was pretty. We enjoyed our trip. The whole time we were gone, and people were hobbling together really weird meals. We had Nutri-Mill shakes for breakfast, had bars for lunch. All the things that you need for meal replacement were easily stored and packed on this boat, and it was easy to provision. It was great. Well, the trip ended. We came home. About a month after we got back to the U.S., I felt something really uncomfortable and weird on my upper lip. Well, I'd done a good job of wearing the big brimmed hat and putting really good quality sunblock on my skin, but I always forgot to do it on my upper lip. So I developed a precancer, and it was really scary. I knew rather than having this thing cut out or burned off, I was going to try to tackle it some other way. Having been taking the USANA supplements, I felt like my body should be prepared to fight, but I just needed some help. I got a medication that was a cream that's called an immune modulator, which really means using it helps our body pick out the cells that don't belong there. And then we're supposed to fight those cells and get rid of them. Well, sure enough, after 3 days of using this cream, this big inflammatory reaction happened. These cluster of cells came to the surface and then just flaked off. In like 3 days. It was amazing. And within less than a day, the site healed up and it was all gone. I started taking extra proflavanol that week, one of the more powerful antioxidants and immune boosters. Well, I'm sure if I didn't have the USANA supplements on board to help my body fight those bad cells, things would not have turned out the same. I'm really confident that I was up for the task, and thanks to USANA, my cellular nutrition status was at its peak, and I was ready to fight, and fortunately, I'm enjoying exceptionally good health. I meet all kind of people that I have known for a long time, and they seem to be suffering. I really would like to share Dr. Wentz's vision with anyone who also sees a world free of chronic degenerative disease. I would love to be a part of that message to everyone. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I have seen and felt the benefits of USANA, and I would like that for everybody. It's a wonderful day when you get to live life to the fullest.